going to move into our reading today. And today we're going to read chapter 7. So we'll go over our vocabulary and our directions for chapter 7. You're going to have work to do as you guys go through chapter 7 too. So like I mentioned with chapter 6, put it away. I've got a lot of rude and disrespectful students just playing with their stuff now. Close your books. You're going to be reading chapter 7 today, and we talked about that note-taking piece where you're finding important information or finding facts and information as you go through. Today's chapter 7 is Cupid and Psyche, and we know a little bit about Cupid, but today, and some of you read a little bit about Psyche earlier today. You made that choice. And we're going to hear the story of Cupid and Psyche, and it's one of the myths or legends that kind of come from the Roman culture. So it's kind of a neat one to go through. And we'll go through our vocabulary, go through our directions for our reading today, and then we'll jump into chapter 7. So our first word that we're going to have is the word aid. What's our word? Aid. Now, aid is going to be, if you offer someone aid, you're offering them help. So if I'm like, can I aid you in any way? I'm just offering help to you. Okay? Aid. Our next one is the word ambrosia. What's our word? Ambrosia. Often pronounced ambrosia as well, where you get the I in there, ambrosia. This is a drink of the gods, okay? It's a drink of the gods. Whoever drinks this drink becomes immortal. At least in Roman and Greek mythology, that's what happened. So the ambrosia is the drink of the gods. And when you drink it, you're immortal. Keep that safe, right? You don't want that to get in the wrong hands. Our next word is the word eager. What's our word? Eager. If someone is eager, they're showing a lot of interest in something. You kind of get excited about something when you're eager, right? Like I know my boys are eager to eat the Oreos sitting in my car today because they were eager to eat them when they got in my car this morning. No, they're still sitting in there. Next up, we have jealousy. What's our word? Jealousy. Jealousy is the feeling of envy or wanting something that someone else has. Have any of you ever in your life felt jealous of someone else? I think it's a really common feeling, right? Yeah. My boys get very simple jealousy that they'll want the treat that the other one has. Sometimes we have really deep jealousy that we want something big somebody else has. I'm a little jealous my best friend just had a daughter. Only a little. That's not a huge one.
You want a daughter.
My boys are super cool. I'm good. Although girls are great, but I can't control that. And our next word is the word prick. Do you know what prick is?
Yeah.
It's going to be like a small hole with something. So oftentimes they'll be like, you prick your finger. Like, which was it? Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty pricked her finger on the spinning wheel. It's going to be like a small prick, a small hole.
Like if you get a needle from the doctor?
Yeah. Yep, so the doctor will do the same thing when they take your, they check your blood sugar. They prick your finger and then squeeze it out. So it's just a prick. It's like a little small hole with that.
That's never happened.
Third graders? Nope. Not okay. Today, we are going to read about, like I said, Cupid and Psyche. What do we already know about Cupid? What's some background information we have on Cupid? Love this. Great. Apollo, what do we know about Cupid?
He's the son of Venus.
Yep, Cupid is the son of Venus. What other information do we know about him, Ryder? He has the heart, that arrows, right? We know that he's kind of that little dude that carries around the bow and arrow. That's what he's known for. Joey.
He often shows up on Valentine's Day.
Yep, so in our culture now, he's one of those Valentine's Day creatures. He has stuck around for modern day culture as that symbol of love, right? Perfect. What else do we know about Cupid?
That he is the sign of
Venus. Yep, we mentioned that one. He is the son of Venus. Haley, what else do we know?
If he shoots his arrow at you, you fall in love with him.
Yep, so if he shoots the arrow at you, you're going to fall in love with the first person you see. Good or bad?
Yeah.
I would not like that. Okay? Third graders, You have some fabulous background knowledge. While we're reading today, we are going to fill out page 65, which is activity 6.2, page 65. Let's go ahead and turn our attention to it for a moment. We will follow the directions on page 65. Take a moment to read the directions to yourself. You're going to read the statement down the middle. If it's true, you'll write
Yes.
If the statement is false, you'll write
No.
And if you don't know, you're going to write I don't know. After reading, we'll go back and we'll fill it in with the correct information on the other side. Here's my word of wisdom for you. Don't change this column. Your before column does not have to be right, but it's building that background information. It's checking your understanding. It's seeing what you know already and testing it. Does that sound good? So you're not going to change the before column reading. If you write yes and it turns out to be a no, do we change it?
No.
No, we don't change it. It's not a big deal. We change it over here in the after reading column to what would be correct. So we're going to go through it. Are you ready? Box 1, you're filling out the before reading side. Box 1, Venus and Psyche were friends and got along well. Yes, no, or I don't know. Fill it out. So pencils to paper. Some of you are sitting there looking at me like I'm a crazy fool. You're writing yes, no, or I don't know. Next one. Cupid uses his bow and arrow to shoot people so they will fall in love. Yes, no, or I don't know. Number 3. Psyche went to the Tiber River to meet Cupid. Yes, no, or I don't know. The next one, 4. Cupid and Psyche spent every day together. Yes, no, or I don't know. The next one. Cupid left Psyche because she did not trust him. Next, Venus asks Psyche for help. Next one. Venus asks Psyche to complete 2 different tasks. Yes, no, or I don't know. I see a lot of yeses, like you guys know what's going to happen in the story, but I have a handful of you who probably should be feeling a lot more I don't knows than you actually are. Right? Next one. Psyche listened to Prosperina and did not look inside the box. Next up, Cupid saved Psyche from the spell. And last but not least, Psyche and Cupid never saw each other again. Okay, we can take this and move it off to the side because we don't need to revisit it again until after our reading. Let's go ahead and jump into our reading. Take out your reader and open up to chapter 7, and we'll go to our read aloud.